Hey everyone, it's Angela Allen from the Handmade Homestead and Garden. Well, boy, you can tell by looking at me, I am a hot mess. I have been up since early 6:30, 6 o'clock-ish, and I have been on the go ever since. I'm not even sure I've had anything to drink, and it's 10 o'clock. But on that note, with this hot mess, there's something that I absolutely have to get done this morning. Well, lilac honey is something that I make every year. In fact, I have lilacs planted all around this property. They weren't any when we moved in, but we plant them steadily, we propagate them, and we plant more. And I do it, one, because it is my favorite flower, and two, because lilac honey is something that just makes my life happy. Lilacs come out here in the Northeast in the middle of May, and they are only here for a week or two. They fade off quickly and then they are gone. So if you want to make lilac honey, you have to make hay while the sun shines, so to speak. In order to gather the flowers, you have to gather them very early in the morning, after the dew has dried off, but before they really got dry or warm, because once they get warm, the oils disappear and you won't be able to catch the essence, not just for the scent, but for the flavor in your honey. So let's go outside. I am gonna grab a bunch off of one of my lilac trees and let's get to work. Come on. First things first, you want to make sure you're using a common lilac or a closely related ornamental lilac, something that hasn't been sprayed with pesticides, treated with chemicals, that hasn't been on the roadside exposed to exhaust and dirt and salts, and that you're not confusing lilacs with any toxic lookalikes. Lilac flowers are mildly floral, slightly citrusy, and sometimes they have a little perfumey or bitterness depending on the variety. So common lilacs are really the best choice, and we're going to do a cold infused lilac honey. It preserves the floral aroma the best, and you'll get the best tasting honey for your tea or however you choose to use it. If you use the cold infused method, it's also a lot easier. So gather your fresh lilac blossoms, some raw honey, and a clean glass jar with a lid. It doesn't have to be sterile, just very clean. Again, pick your blossoms early in the morning after the dew has dried, when they are fully open but still fresh and highly fragrant. Shake out any little insects that may be there. There's usually not many. And remove all the green stems and the bitter bases. You want mostly petals and florets. Don't wash them. You don't want to make them more wet. Once you've separated the blossoms and the florets, you're going to place them on some paper towels, or if you've dehydrator, better yet, you're going to spread them on the dehydrator racks, and you're going to let them either air dry or low temperature dry in the dehydrator just for a few hours. Your goal here isn't to get them crispy dry. It's just to get them to wilt, to remove some of the extra moisture. If you add your petals to the honey after you've washed them or let them be still very moist, what will happen is they will ferment the honey. That's a whole different process, a whole different set of flavors, and it could be less safe to store. Hand-woven necessities, designed to last and made to be loved. They're stronger, more absorbent, and made for everyday luxury. If you haven't made the switch to hand-woven towels, this is definitely your signal. Once your blossoms are sufficiently dried, loosely fill your clean jar about 1/3 to halfway up with the blossoms. Don't overly pack them in there, thinking that you'll get more flavor in your honey. If you put too many in there, or if you ferment it too long, your honey will be too perfumey and very soapy, and really won't be a product you'll want to use in tea or in anything else. Just pour them in gently, tap them down, let them fill however much they fill, and have that be enough. Personally, I prefer to use raw honey, but you don't have to. If what you have available to you is filtered honey and it's a brand that you like and trust, then go right ahead and use that. That's perfectly acceptable too. Once your jars are filled, you're going to slowly pour the honey over the top of the blossoms and let it seep down. So take your time here. It's going to take a while to seep down. You're going to maybe stir after the initial cup or two of honey that you put in. The blossoms will expand some in the honey, so I don't fill my jar to the very top at first. I give it a few hours and then I go back and I finish filling the jar. So you're going to notice these jars end up maybe 3/4 full. By the time I'm done stirring them around, they may look more like half full, but I will go back and top them off in a couple of hours. It is important that all of the flowers, all of the buds, all of the little florets are completely covered with the honey. They need to be submerged underneath. If they're up above the honey, there is a chance of getting mold growing on them, and you want to avoid that. If there was mold of any kind, you would want to throw the whole batch away just for safety. But in the years and years and years that I've been doing this, I have never once had mold grow on my lilac honey, lavender honey, rose honey. I've done this with a bunch of different edible flower petals, and they're all delicious, and I've never had an issue. After about a week, you should be able to get good flavor in the honey, and it should be ready to use. You can strain the blossoms out for a clear honey, or you can leave them in for the appearance of them. You can use it as a spread on toast or muffins or however you want to use it with the blossoms in. They're perfectly edible. Straining the honey will give you a longer shelf life though. And I keep mine for just about 6 or 8 months. By the time they're all finished, I'm ready to make it again. Lilac honey and other floral honeys too, by the way, pair really beautifully with biscuits and goat cheese, black tea, lemon flavored desserts, yogurt, homemade vinaigrettes, in marinades. There's really no end. Let me know down below how you're going to use yours. Well, thank you for joining me today while we made lilac honey. And I hope that you either made it along with me or you plan to try it with either lilac flowers or lavender or rose petals, whatever edible flower flavor and fragrance that you enjoy. And if you like this video, I think you'll like this one too. Give it a watch and see what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps so much. And I will see you next time. Take care.